These are the 7 decisions for downsizing. Number one is the financial reality. And of course, the question is, will you actually save money? I've seen it happen when it actually costs more money to move. Through a smaller house with today's prices, inflation, and everything else that goes along with it, it only made it less affordable. Part of that is the property taxes. Here in Las Vegas, we are very lucky. We have a very low property tax rate, anywhere from 0.5% to 1%, depending on the property. Compare that to Colorado, where I just moved from, and where I grew up in New York. It's a bargain here, so we should be thankful. And but you still got to know the number that's going into your monthly budget and understand that it's probably going to go up along with this. I also lived in Florida, and for example, insurance is killing Florida. Here it's high, but not as high as South Florida, especially South Florida. But you don't know what it costs, so that's another number in your budget. Of course, if you're moving to 55 plus, you have a choice. And a lot of us are moving into their communities. And for example, Sun City, Summerlin, when you purchase a home, it's an immediate $5,000 upfront fee for anyone buying property in that neighborhood. And then, depending on the type of property you buy, could be anywhere from $200 or $300 a month to $500 a month. So that also has to be part of your budget. And again, I don't think that's going to go down anytime in the future. Of course, then we have inflation. Inflation is here to stay. The high prices that we are all paying for everything aren't going away. And then we have the physical reality, which is very, very important for seniors, especially. For example, stairs. Normally, we want a one level home so that we don't have to go up and down the stairs. Or we have to purchase a home that has the master bedroom on the first floor, and maybe you need upstairs bedrooms for your family. So, and I've seen more and more that they're making more and more homes with the master on the first floor, which I like. Actually, some homes have all the bedrooms on the first floor and like a spare bedroom on the top floor. Bathrooms. I have a big problem with most bathrooms. They are not safe. Look for a normal size shower. Those giant stall showers. Number one, they're so dangerous. There's no place to hold on to. And number two, which nobody talks about, I haven't heard anybody talk about it. You have to squeegee the shower every time you use it, whether it's small or big. And those big things are the job. And don't even get me started on the big bathtubs. I'm seeing the builders leave them out now because of two reasons. People don't use them at all, or maybe a couple of times a year. And number two, there's nothing to hold on to getting in and out of these slippery, wet bathtubs. I think a lot of people are afraid to use them, especially as they get older. Eventually, we'll have safety in the bathroom. There's really no safety built in. And of course, anything you buy, we have maintenance. No matter what house you buy, whether it's an old one or a new one, you have maintenance. Maybe less on a newer home, but if you stay there long enough, you're going to need a roof, you're going to need an air conditioner, you're going to need an HVAC, all that stuff. Uh, it's just part of owning a home. Things happen. You need to look at the accessibility of your community to stores, restaurants, maybe even your doctor. Can you get to them, or can you even walk to them in some instances, or ride your bicycle? The question is, can you age in place in this home, or do you need to modify it? I will talk about health reality, like we mentioned before. Again, are you close to your doctors? Close to a good hospital? And how is your community set up? Are there exercise opportunities close by? Or do you have to travel, which makes it inconvenient and less likely for you to participate? Again, we talked about walkability. Can you walk to the stores, the restaurants? It's a big deal, especially when the weather's nice here, which is most of the time. And, you know, we have wonderful weather here. And if you're able to walk, there's nothing better than taking a short, brisk walk to the store. Community activities. Look, if you live in a 55 plus community, you can find about 1,000 things to do. The question is, I've seen some people really participate if you want. And I see some people that don't do anything. The question is, will you use any of these facilities? Future care. What is the future going to look like? I will get into that in another video. I have my ideas and I will let you know. But can you stay there as long as possible, especially if you're there by yourself? There's a social reality when you move from a community that you've lived in for decades. You're losing proximity to your friends, sometimes family, even your church, and your entire community, which served as a support network for you and your family. And yes, you can rebuild it, but sometimes it takes a long time to build those relationships again. And of course, it's the issue of loneliness. To be one of the the best thing about living in those 55 plus communities is that you don't have to be alone. With a short walk going to the community center, you could have company, you could eat lunch with people, and it's a whole different ballgame, which is the best part of being in one of those communities. That's a whole topic on itself. But you don't have to be lonely. The emotional reality, your identity is tied to where you live in your community. You have memories of raising your family there and hanging out with your friends and family. There's usually a fear of change. Some people deal with it very well, and some people don't. Some people can escape the old chapter, and some lament that everything was better in their previous home. Hopefully, you'll have excitement about the new home and new community that you move to, and a different chapter of your life. There's a lifestyle reality. What do you do every day? Do you have a routine? Do you meet your friends for lunch or for coffee? Do you exercise? Do you visit your family if they're around? Do you travel? Everybody wants to travel. This is the dream of most people that retire, that I'll be able to travel and go to places I've never been. Sometimes that's possible, but financially and physically, there are concerns, and sometimes that can hold people back. Hobbies. Do you like to paint? Do you like to dance? Do you like to embroider? What is your hobby? What is something that you like to do? Volunteering. I've met a bunch of people, what I call the second stage of life, who volunteer all the time at the hospital, and there's no better way to give back to the community and to help people who may have nobody to come and visit them. And do you want to be in business, or do you want to keep working? There's nothing wrong with either one of those choices. And they are avenues for each of us that we will choose over and over again. Later on in the videos, we want to talk about purpose. In reality, why are you moving? What are the next 20 to 30 years going to look like? What would you like to accomplish? Hopefully, you look at the future with anticipation. You can still contribute, no matter what age you are. My goal is to have people reevaluate this portion of their life, or what I call the second stage of life, and make it even better than before. Trying to find something that has meaning for you and gives you satisfaction. There is a philosophy that we will go over. Actually, I just made another video in the future that deals with second stage, basically aging, living with purpose. I want all those that watch and listen to me reevaluate this and create a better second stage of their life. Make it the best you can.